Well, as we welcome the legendary Russ Bray to the stage for the first time this weekend at the Happy Bet German Darts Championship, we look forward to David Pallett, the Mallet, the Pallett Truck. Call him what you will, he hasn't got a nickname. Taking on Finland's Veijo Viinikka, the first Nordic and Baltic qualifier to play on the European Tour. History in the making, albeit some rather tedious history. It's all about various bits of structure of qualifying tournaments, but history nonetheless. I'm Dan Dawson, talking you through this one, and Chris Murphy is back in the box alongside me.
Yeah, and we've witnessed a fantastic start to this first European Tour event of 2017 already. The performance of Paul Harvey in the last game, Dan, was something to behold.
He hit 180s in the last 6 legs. 7 in total. I mean, Michael van Gerwen hit 8 the other night in a slightly longer game, and everybody was going absolutely berserk about how brilliant it was. Paul Harvey is the man you want to watch. He's averaged nearly 103. 7 180s, missed only 1 dart at double. Tell you what, Benito van der Pas could be in for a bit of a surprise in round 2 if Paul Harvey plays like that. This one is to decide who goes up against Stephen Bunting, the number 15 seed. Will it be his good mate Dave Pallett?
First, game on.
So Pallett to face Bunting or Viinikka, a man who I believe is rocking one of the strongest looks on the European Tour this weekend. It looks like he's just emerged from a cave after several months.
60.
Yeah, it's kind of half Simon Whitlow, and the other half, well, take your pick, normal bloke. Not that Simon Whitlow's not a normal bloke. I'm going to stop talking.
92.
Nickname stakes. What about Sultan, Dan, for old Veijo Viinikka?
Sultan
No, I really
Viinikka.
should stop talking.
Yeah, Sultan Viinikka. I quite like it.
45.
Have we established that Viinikka doesn't have a nickname? You couldn't find one.
Yeah.
How is your finish?
No record of a nickname.
No record of a nickname. There is a record of him playing at the World Championship, of course.
Let's put it this way. I hope his finishing is better than my finish.
47.
One thing we haven't seen for quite some time, and it was threatened in the first match, is a 9-dart finish, Dan, on the European Tour.
Yeah, well, I knew you'd bring this up sooner or later, Chris, because, quite frankly, you are
59.
something of a 9-dart magnet. In the relatively brief period you've been doing these stream commentaries on the Pro Tour, there have been loads. How about this from Viinikka?
140.
Well, Dave Pallett is a man who's hit a 9-darter before, UK Open qualifier back in 2014. He was also part of a game, wasn't he, with Mensur Suljovic, Mr. European Tour. That was at the World Championship. Both players missed the double.
I have to say, David Pallett, he played 2 games at that World Championship, and both of them were among the most entertaining I'd seen. He beat Kim Huybrechts in a thriller. And then he played Mensur, another thriller, as you say. Both men missing the 9-darter. Now, Pallett, he loves a bullseye. Will he use it? No. He goes the conventional route. Look at this, Dave Pallett. Ooh. There was a time when Dave Pallett would have gone bull, bull, bull there.
Even second dart could have gone bull double top, but it was a very nice lie, wasn't it, the first one? Now will Viinikka get his first leg on the board here. Looking for tops.
29.
Oh, that's not far away.
David require 58.
Double top for Pallett. Double 10 for a break of throw.
48. They owe you
Dismissive
40.
wave of the hand from Pallett. Viinikka, another opportunity. High. Still a bit high. He's not moved. He thinks he can use it.
No score.
We either thought he could use it or he wanted to move all the way over to the other side. I couldn't really tell which one it was.
Yeah, nervy start.
No score.
But he'll get another shot.
They owe you require 40.
Well, he was worryingly close to the double 3 there and worryingly far away from the double 1, Dave Pallett. The radar is just a bit off at the moment. Viinikka
Sean, the
finds
first
double
leg.
top. It's a
Veijo
scruffy
Viinikka.
opening leg.
Second leg, David to throw first.
Well, I guess the
Game on.
advantage for him of missing above the double top was that he wasn't going to find himself in that position of having to go for double five, which Pallett did. Got himself into a
60.
mess, and Viinikka takes full advantage. He has been appeared on televised darts before, back in the 2011 World
60.
Championship, lost to Roland Scholten.
Yeah, preliminary round game, wasn't it?
His biggest career win, I have it on good authority, was at the Hungarian Open in 2006.
He has won one of the SDC events. So a few years ago, they created the Scandinavian Darts Corporation. Known for Norway, Sweden, Finland, I believe Denmark is involved as well. I'm not sure how far they're expanding it now, the SDC, but they've had a regular circuit there. And of course now that's gaining more support with these Nordic and Baltic qualifiers for the European Tour. Viinikka did win an SDC event back in 2012, beat Magnus Karras, and he beat Magnus Karras in qualifying for this as well. I also beat Per Larsson, so there's a couple of names that, you know, darts fans will have heard, will have seen a number of times. If you've never heard of Magnus Karras, then you've probably not seen darts. He's been around for like 30 years.
Yeah, Lady Gaga wrote a song about him.
Which one was that?
38. Veijo, you require 161.
Treble 20, treble 17. First bit's done. Next bit's done. Bullseye. This is the tricky bit.
120.
Well, he had a shot at the ball.
David, you require 164.
Pallett. He wants treble 20, treble 18. That bit's done. Oh, just underneath.
100.
Loves the ball, doesn't he? He does love a bullseye.
They only require 41.
Well, he got the tricky bit done, but it's a bit trickier when the leg is riding on it. Viinikka double 16. Still double 16 for a breaker throw and a 2-0 lead for a little bit of daylight at the start of this one. He never really gave it a chance.
David, you require 36.
And Pallett, that bullseye means he gets 3 clear darts at the double.
Game
Yeah,
shot
only needs
of
one,
second
and Dave
leg.
Pallett does hold his
David
throw.
Pallett.
It's a little bit
Third leg
tidier than
player
that
to throw
opening
first.
leg,
Game
but he
on.
had to survive a couple of darts nonetheless.
Pallett probably what you'd describe as a kind of hit and miss player on the professional tour. Case in point so far this year, he's made the last 16 of 3 of the 10 Pro Tour events.
I think it's an upturn in form for Dave Pallett, because if you look at his record, I spoke to him earlier. Hang about. Yeah, there we go. 180 number 1. And it comes from Dave Pallett in this first round contest at the Happy Bet German Darts Championship. Yeah, Pallett described last year as a lull,
100.
which is probably a nice way of putting it. In the very first tournament of the year, UK Open Qualifier 1, made the quarterfinals. Never made the quarters of anything since. But he's been knocking on the door in the opening few events of this year. Seems to be playing with a bit more confidence. And if he could have, you know, a run like he did on the European Tour in Austria, in Innsbruck a few years back, when he played some really good darts. He was hitting a lot of 180s.
140.
If he could put that sort of stuff together over the course of this weekend, it might just be a platform for him to go on and have another successful year. Because, you know, we mentioned those 2 games at the World Championship where he beat Hybrex and then really pushed Mensur Suljovic. The darts he produced in those games were phenomenal. Could easily beaten Mensur in that match. And who knows what would have happened after that.
Yeah, there are many players
100.
capable of producing such phenomenal darts, but it's a case of who can be consistent. And he's not found that yet. Or can he find a fanfare finish here? He can't.
65.
So Viinikka will get a shot at 64 to regain the lead. Seemed to be a bit of a percentage shot with the first start. Just throw it in the vicinity
24.
and hope it finds one of the trebles. Didn't quite work out.
60.
Meant he only got 1 dart at double. Now David Pallett will get 2. At tops. Could be awkward. Steps across.
Game shot.
And that proves to be effective.
David Pallett.
Sensible shooting from Pallett.
Game on.
Yeah, not the easiest taking out 60 when you throw a dart like Pallett, because it's not a short dart and it does stand up a bit, so it did get in the way. You could see him move over to the right-hand side, but very calmly just bypassed it and found his way to the bed. You see, Viinikka, his darts go in pretty much perpendicular to the board, a bit like sort of Phil Taylor's darts do. It's not a dissimilar throw to Taylor. He actually holds it, rather as Taylor brings the dart right under his eye, Viinikka brings it in the middle of his forehead like he's some sort of Finnish cyclops. I'm not even sure he can see the dart where he actually has it. It's above his eye line.
Yeah, kind of resting on the sort of bridge.
45.
Connecting his lenses together.
Yeah, it's curious, isn't it?
Here comes Pallett again, then looking for maximum number 2. And there it is. Now, what is difficult in darts these days, Dan, is qualifying for these events. The likes of Raymond van Barneveld, not here, not able to qualify. Pallett beat Ted Everts, Ross Twell and Mark Webster in qualifying. So is that a sign of his form? Now, which way will he go here?
89.
I always get a feeling that Dave Pallett might fancy showboating a little bit at times. I was thinking, will he go tops and even with his opponent back on 312, but no.
I think he's eliminated that from his game. I mean, he used to. I remember Adrian Lewis telling me this story. We'll just break off it. Well, this is a bit of an accidental showboat. Oh, lovely. Double. Why not? Why not? He's actually looking to put that just inside the double 16 and use it as a guide. So, look, he's not being daft. But he's actually eliminated it from his game. He makes the right choice, the sensible choice, on a much more regular basis.
61.
But I remember Adrian Lewis telling me when he first played him, I think Pallett tried to take out 107 going bull 7 bull. And he missed it, and then Adrian ended up taking something like 102 going bull 2 bull, just to try and show him how it's done.
Do I recall a story where Pallett tried something similar against Michael van Gerwen? Was it 120 with 2 bullseyes or something like that?
And then Van
Gerwen did it?
Van Gerwen did it back to him, yeah. I mean, that may be part of the reason why Pallett has stopped doing it, because he keeps trying it against the big boys, perhaps basically make them angry.
140.
And unfortunately, the reason that they are major winners is because when you make them angry, it usually doesn't knock them out of their stride. They just tend to focus a bit more and play superbly.
Well, it's a lesson that you mentioned, Adrian Lewis. It's a lesson he had to learn himself, going for blind shots and everything in the Premier League.
Quite. Yeah, it's good stuff here. Pallett has left himself on a potentially 11-dart leg here to break the throw. Viinikka's on 180, so he can't finish, and that doesn't help him get down to a manageable finish and apply the pressure. Be interesting to see what route Pallett goes here. Now, a lot of players will go straight at the ball. Some will go at the 20s. 20s is probably the conservative shot. 18s, well, interesting. Double.
54. They require 135.
Well, that allows Viinikka a poke at 135. He will start in the middle of the board. He gets right in the middle, so treble 15. He finds the smallest target on the board with
103.
Perfect accuracy, and then got nowhere near treble 15. So Pallett wants double 18 for 4-1. Wrong bed, he's going to one of these double shots again. There we go.
On the 5th leg. David Pallett, 6th leg. David had thrown first. Game on.
Eliminate it from his game. What are you talking about?
All right, yeah, he's had consecutive double finishes, but I'm pretty sure they weren't intentional. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Ultimately, though, it's 4-1. And the man who's made history by becoming the first Nordic and Baltic qualifier on the European Tour may be slipping to defeat, because that is not what he wants, as our fancy space-age scoreboard once again conks out.
Are you saying that Viinikka's in a bit of a pickle, Dan?
120.
How long have you been waiting since about leg 1 for that? What? You got written on your arm? You've just got loads of vinegar puns written on your body like memento.
60.
can see Pallett 120 points ahead. Viinikka looking at maximum just to get him back to parity in this leg.
Well, he's going the right way about it.
95.
Couldn't follow up the first start.
$130.
130 gets Pallett down to 91. Viinikka needs a maximum to reach a finish. Anything less than that is not good enough. Oh, and he's got it, you know. It's his first one.
David require 91.
Well, 91 for Pallett. Oh, 2 darts at tops. Only needs 1.
6th leg.
And a maximum.
7th leg, Veijo to throw first.
From Viinikka proved to be in vain, as Pallett rubs salt into the wound with a lovely 91 checker. But hang on,
140.
he was looking at back-to-back 180s. I think Mervyn King once threw 4 in a row, losing the leg in between. Well, there's one from David Pallett.
180.
Wow. Viinikka hits a 180. Pallett takes out 91 in 2 darts. Viinikka then fires in a 140 and for the start of the next leg, and Pallett hits him right back with a 180. It's all about taking the right shot at the right time, and even though that maximum from Viinikka did apply some pressure to Pallett because it got him to a finish, Pallett just brushed it off.
100.
And he seems to be motoring towards a place in the second round and a match with his mate and the guy who travelled over with him, or one of the guys who travelled over with him, the Bullet, former world champion Stephen Bunting.
60.
And you mentioned he beat Ted Evans in qualifying. He's another mate of his, Super Ted, who Pallett speaks very highly of, thinks he's going to go and do great things in the game. He's not the only person to say that as well.
140.
There's another man who's had a 9 on the tour this year. And some decent scalps along with it. But after 9, Pallett's left 81.
100.
For a very comfortable, very professional, very promising 6-1 victory.
Double 18. He's got to go for it. And he takes it out. And Dave Pallett wins 6 legs on the bounce after losing the first one to his Finnish opponent. The man from Shropshire through to round 2 to face the Bullet Stephen Bunting. We'll grab a word with him with our MC Elmar Polka. Then we're going to see our first German in action here at the German Darts Championship from Hildesheim as Stefan Stoiker takes on the Bulldog John Bowles.
David Pallett zieht also in die zweite Runde ein. Veijo Viinikka scheidet also zum Auftakt aus. Und David Pallett bekommt es damit morgen mit dem alten Freund zu tun, mit Stephen Bunting. David, congratulations. Happy with your game?
Yeah, very happy. I was very nervous the first couple of legs, but once got into it, I was all right.
Tomorrow you're going to meet a good friend of you, Stephen.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Is it difficult to play, friend?
He's waving at me there. He's waving at me.
So be careful what you say now.
Yeah, it's always difficult playing a good friend. Me and Stephen have been great friends for years now, so it's always horrible, but a job's a job at the end of the day. I mean, he's here to win money, I'm here to win money, so we just got to get up on stage and do what we do, so...
So what's always the goal? European Tour event means reaching the Sunday. Is it winning the title, or what's the goal when you came here?
Well, the first goal is to qualify. It's hard enough to do that, but no, honestly, win the first game and then see how the draw looks, and then just try and do your best. All you can do is do your best and play as you can. So
you reached the semi-final 2 years ago. So let's see what's going to happen tonight. Thank you, David Pallett. Er sagt,